Hello guys, this is IDQ, and in this video I want to talk about itemization. Mainly when to buy aggressive items, when to buy greedy items and when to go sort of defensive items or, normal items, whatever is the case.
If you like this type of content, go to gamersclass.com. For just $9.99 a month, watch masterclasses with pro players, join exclusive live sessions, and get 24/7 access to coaches and other high MMR players. Get full control of your ranked games and start owning with our Supreme Dota 2 membership.
In this game is one of weird case, which is exactly what I want to talk about it. I was playing Void in this game. As you can see that in heroes, most of them sort of counter me. Brood counters me because he has spiders and I don't have any AoE, and obviously I'm not going to do anything to stop him from pushing or something like that, so that's why Brood is really good against me. Riki is obviously really good against me because of the smoke screen, since I won't be able to, time walk, get a chronosphere off any spells, I most likely will die. Nyx is also really good at setting up from me, Vendetta, and then to stun, mana burn. If he just mana bursts me a lot, I won't be able to get my spells off, or even one maybe. So, this is not a great game, especially since the opponents are going to have 3 lanes. If I'm going to skip ahead a bit, as you can see, I'm pretty farmed obviously, but Brood is also really farmed. Right now he died, but he's going to have a really good item timing on Orchid and everything, because he just got level 6. That's why he's sort of behind right now the Storm. He's just going to get ahead of him most likely really soon, since he's just going to farm a lot more right now. Riki is also having a great game, as you can see. It's 2-0-1 on Riki, 1-0-1 Nyx. This guy's 1-1-3 on CM. So the game is going really good for the opponent, since they should be able to snowball. Since they have a Brood, they can set up with kills with Riki and Nyx. And I have a patch that does nothing. Slaughters, there's Boots of Speed with 7 and stuff like that. So what do? I am going to buy Battle Fury on Faceless Void, which is not an unusual item. But at higher MMR I haven't seen this Battle Fury build on Faceless Void like maybe 1 out of 100 games or something like that. It's super rare, so that's why it's working right now. See him getting tipped, whatever, doesn't really influence me at all. I just have to mute that so I don't see it anymore. It's kind of a bit distracting right now. So I go Battle Fury for multiple reasons. First is to sort of deal with Brood, which is the guy that's going to show in lanes and push lanes into us, right, into our towers. By having Battle Fury I can deal with Brood pushing. If I were to go something like Mask of Madness, Threads, or anything like that, we would just get stomped. Most likely we would be losing this game in 20 minutes or 25. But by going Battle Fury, I enable myself to clear waves. So I give my team a lot of space by being able to deal with Brood. As you can see, Brood is a lot higher than Storm right now, even though Storm was ahead of him. He's ahead of me right now. Also, Battle Fury enables me to farm more, right? So if I go to if for some reason we're able to win, it's going to be towards the late game, since our heroes, when we get BKB, are stronger than the opponent. So I sort of have to get the timing. But if I would get the BKB without having other items, I won't have enough damage. I have a patch, I have Slaughter that won't be able to hit in Chronosphere, Earth Spirit is not going to do anything in Chronosphere, so I sort of have to go for Battle Fury just to hold the game, sort of, because of the Brood. As you can see, he's top netted right now and getting a lot of farm. He's going to go Orchid so he can get solo kills and stuff like that. As I mentioned before, Nyx is going to try to do a lot of stuff. Vendetta, this guy is gonna have pretty early Diffusal Blade, so we're not gonna be able to do that much. As you can see, Storm Spirit is suffering, he's not able to stay mid. Pudge is sitting mid, level 5 Pudge, not doing really anything. Just tipping out. This guy's level 4, this guy's level 6, they're just sitting there, sort of not being able to do anything. So I need this Battle Fury to hold the game, which is an interesting concept, right? You usually go Battle Fury because you have a free lane and you can farm a lot more. In this case, it's exactly the opposite. I go Battle Fury because everything is going really badly and there is no other option in the game. This also can be done when in other situations, such as you have no hope for a game, but maybe the opponents are going to make mistakes and you will have a bit of space because of the Battle Fury or something like that. Skip a bit ahead, and I am just able to get my Battle Fury right now. Brute is going to finish Brute soon, and then he's going to play a lot more aggressive, same as Nyx is going to get level 6 soon bottom, and then they're going to start applying a lot more pressure. This guy's also going to get Smokescreen probably next level, and yeah, do a lot more. As you can see, I just have a Battle Fury, naked Battle Fury 11 minutes in. Despite the game saying that we have a bit of gold advantage, the game is not going great, not at all. Brood is able to full free farm wherever he wants. I'm not able to farm Ancients or anything like that. This guy, yeah, he's hitting towers, but he has a medallion. I mean, soon Solo Crest, he was able to sort of solo a bit. Storm has Oblivion stuff, which doesn't really do anything, right? Yeah, it doesn't do anything. So now I have to go mid to defend the mid lane. And I know Brood is right here. I know that has an Orchid finished. He came towards me. I am able to kill the spider right there because of the Battle Fury. If I had something else, most likely would be that here in three heroes. My team most likely get killed there, and none of my heroes. I know it's sort of hard to like imagine or something, but nobody in my team would be able to stay mid because of the Brood, and then because nobody is able to stay mid, they would be right here most likely, or their playing space or whatever they would be allowed to be would get even more decreased, since Brood is controlling all mid part of the map, which would be something like this, which is a huge area obviously. Nyx and Riki would be able to find them a lot easier in the silence, since that is the only place they would be, so they were just going to snowball very easily after that. However, I was able to get a kill, and then since they sort of saw that I'm strong right now, I just got a kill and stuff, I was able to farm a bit more, right? I was able to farm, and then obviously I just got a big Crown right here. I believe I got some kills or whatever, but it's all because of this Battle Fury item, which usually, as I said, it is a farming item. However, in this game, it's the only item that can save the game, to salvage this game. As you can see, even though I just got 3 kills, and this is going to be the 4th kill, the game is equal. I mean, the gold is equal, even though I'm so much more farmed than opponents. The game is just equal. We have no tier 2 mid already, so our space to play is a lot less, especially since they have Riki Nyx trying to pick up, kills and stuff, and we're nowhere close to any items that can enable us to survive. Orchid on Storm just got finished. Botch is, yeah, Ghost Scepter, but it doesn't matter since the support. This guy only has Solar Crest, so he can get easily picked off. This guy is the same, like 1,000 or more gold away from 4 staff. So in this game, this Battle Fury was the only option that I could have, chosen if I wanted to stay in the game, which is obviously sort of a weird, as I mentioned before, sort of a weird concept. The Battle Fury is the game-winning item. This is actually one of the first cases that I've seen, or any game that I've seen, that this is the correct choice. The previous game was sort of a weird case, but I still wanted to showcase it. It was sort of getting owned, but usually I'll show something else for when you're getting owned. The game was a super weird one, so I want to just take from that one. I want you guys to take from that one that sometimes buying Battle Fury or Midas or something like that, getting owned, is a really good choice. Especially if, for example, the opponent can't end the game, or you feel like there's a slimmer of hope that you can win later in the game. There's no point in itemizing for early game or mid game when your only option of winning the game is late game. So just try to get to the late game and get late game items. In this game, I'm obviously owning, right? Highest net worth, a lot. I have decent less hits, and I have 2-0-3. Bristleback's game is not going well, obviously, since we're killing him. And in this game should be sort of when you're owning. When you're owning, I went for Battle Fury in this game, which is sort of the same as the last game, but in this game, it was because the opponents have no disables. The previous games, the opponent has a lot of disables, you could kill me in a lot of ways. In this game, that Invoker that only has Cold Snap for me. Keeper of the Light has nothing for me, Lifestealer nothing, Bristleback nothing, and Windrunner only a Shackle. So they don't have a lot of disables, so I'm uncontested. I should be uncontested in my farming, unless I mess up mechanically, like time walk in and die because it's on cooldown or something like that. I should be okay. I also counter the opponent's healers. I counter Invoker because of the time dilation. He doesn't have any spells when I do this. Chronosphere is also really good against all of them. Same as Bristleback, time dilation. Chronosphere is also pretty good. I can bash Lifestealer in rage, or when trying to TP, I can Chronosphere him. So my hero is really, really good in this game. So I know that I will be uncontested when going Battle Fury right here. They cannot stop me from farming because they have no heroes to catch me with. If they had a Lion, Shadow Shaman, something like that with stuns, I probably would have changed my build. But since there was no urgency for me to join team fights or anything like that, I felt like I could go for a Battle Fury, more greedy build, because they have nothing to catch me with, and I'm able to just free farm whenever I want. If we skip ahead a bit, obviously we're going to be winning this game since their picks are a lot worse than ours. The build is sort of similar to the one in the previous game. Battle Fury into Yasha, because I wanted a Skadi. I mean, I wanted a bit more attack speed from Yasha, but that's about it. I decided to go for SNY afterwards, so I'm a bit more tankier and a lot more HP. I mean, a bit more HP. Afterwards, I was going for a Skadi MKB, but that's about it. The thing about it is that I wanted to take from is when you're sort of uncontested and opponents can't kill you in any way, shape, or form, you can go for a greedy build and sort of focus on the late game, since you're most likely going to have, or even mid game, since you're most likely going to have a lot more items than them, since you will not be dying. Meanwhile, their carry can die. So because of that, you will simply have more items. You will be more survivable than him, since he has to worry about your teammates and you. Right? This Lifestealer has to worry about Batrider Lasso. He has to worry about me Chronosphering him. I don't have anything to worry about from the enemy team. There's literally nothing that I care about from the opponent's team. I can just do whatever I want in this game. So it's sort of safer to go this type of build, which is greedier, in this situation. This case, I mean, this game is another Void game. I wanted to pick all Void games, or at least multiple Void games, so we have a point of reference. Since we already saw two Battle Fury games, one when Battle Fury was built out of necessity, it was the only item to win the game, sort of. Another game was because I was uncontested, so I could go for the greedier build. In this game, it's gonna be a stomp sort of from the enemies. As you can see, they're a lot ahead of my team. 2,000 gold in 5 minutes in is, a lot. As you can see right here, we're losing all lanes by like 1,000 gold each. Mid lane by 1,500 gold. So there is a difference in mid lane. Very, very high discrepancy here. 2 levels ahead than Amber and stuff like that. Lifestealer is almost 1,000 gold ahead of the Centaur. I'm a bit behind of the Mars. So it's really not going that great. So what I'm going to do is buy Orbit Mask. I need to create some opportunity in this game, right? So even though I'm a carry, I still need to do something in this game. If I go to scores, mid lane is 1-4, not doing anything. 0-0 position 4, again not being useful. 0-1 offlane, then 0-0 position 5. So there is nothing happening in this game, sort of. Besides our opponent owning us. So yeah, I have to create an opportunity, and I have to get kills or something like that to come back. How do I do it? I buy a Battle Fury. I buy a Mask of Madness, sorry, not Battle Fury. I buy a Mask of Madness because this is the best item that can give me the most amount of damage. By pressing active, I gain 1,100, not 1,000, 110 attack speed. besides the 10 attack speed and 10 damage that it gives me normally. So it's a lot of output in damage that I get just from like not even 2000 gold. Now I have Chronosphere, so I have to do something. I have to use it somewhere. I mean, ideally I would have to use it somewhere. As you can see, we're getting destroyed in Network and 5000 gold 10 minutes in. This game is gonna be a loss, by the way, but we had an opportunity to win the game because of the item choices and, you know, stuff that happened in the game. We just messed up at one instance. Even though nothing happens, right, out of this Mask of Madness, it's still a pretty good farming item. I mean, I guess it is gonna happen right now, since I might be getting a kill. I believe with no other item I would have gotten a kill here. So Mask of Madness is a bit of a threat item, right? It also helped me to farm because of the active and stuff like that. And also it's really really good for getting kills. As you can see, 3500 gold, 3900. I got like 340 gold out of that. With no other items I could have gotten this kill with the same amount of gold. If I were to go something greedy, obviously they would just run us over. If I were to go Battle Fury, Maelstrom, I wouldn't have had the Maelstrom yet, or anything like that. The main part is that my hero is super countered in this game. I mean, not super countered, but it's countered to a certain degree. They have a lot of disables. Tusk has Water Sponge, Snowball. Mars has, you know, Spear of Mars. Lina is stun and a burst, a lot of burst. Chains from Member Spirit. Obviously, they have a lot of gold advantage. Right now, as you can see, I'm almost equal gold with Mars, even though they were so further ahead of us. I'm able to get another kill right here. Because of sort of out of position. And 3 of my teammates are dead still, but you see I'm still doing relatively great compared to my team because of the item choices and how I decided to play. Skip ahead a bit again. You just want to get power threads. It's a normal item build. But then I buy a Maelstrom because we have no damage in the Chronosphere. Everyone's melee in my team. We can't really do anything in the Chronosphere, so I know that I need to just get Chronosphere off and get some damage. So that's why I believe I'll just go for Maelstrom right here. I started with Meteor Hammer because I was still undecided if I wanted to go BKB just to get a Chronosphere off or go for Maelstrom. I believe I went for Maelstrom. Yes, I went for Maelstrom. And this is, I guess, the fight when I just picked it up. Beyond Godlike Ember Spirit, 10-0-5. I mean, as you can see by the scores, right? I'm 3-2, I mean 4-2 right now. Everyone in my team not doing that much. But that's not the point. The point is the item build. I couldn't go anything greedy in this game, so I went sort of intermediate. This also helped me farm decently, but it also gives me kill potential. In the late game, if we get to the late game, I will own this game. There is nothing that the opponents can do if I get like a BKB plus 1 item. So next item is going to be a BKB because I need to do more damage in the Chronosphere. Oh, this is the... As you can see, I'm the second in Network. We were making a comeback right here. But this guy decided to not roll into the rush pit. He just pressed his other spells and the opponents are able to just run out the ultimate, run out the rush pit, get him fast off. Obviously, if they rolled in and get a 3-man Chronosphere, then the game is most likely going to tip in our favor. But we're talking about item builds. So this is sort of what I had to do. Get an item that secures farm and kills. Get an item that secures, you know, farm a bit and kills. And then get a super defensive item. BKB doesn't do anything to farm. I mean, not in this case, right? I won't be using BKB to farm aggressively. BKB TP or something like that. I can't afford to do something like that. So this is sort of the game when I had to balance between team fight and farm. Because if I just go for the team fight build to survive, let's say, the opponent's engagements or something like that, I would just go Mask of Madness BKB. But then I wouldn't have any farm because I have no space because the opponents are so much farm than me. I have no way to get kills because I have no damage because of the Mask of Madness BKB. I have no damage, no Maelstrom, no magic, no nothing. That I can't get anything out of that. So yeah, this is another type of item build that you could go for. this, I believe, might be the last type of game that you might encounter. It's sort of the same hero, obviously, Faceless Void. As I said, I need a point of reference to the item build, because you know it's easier this way instead of talking about a lot more different items. You know, you can translate what I'm talking about Void to another hero. For example, Monkey King, it's sort of the same. You can buy Maelstrom, or you can buy like a BKB or Aghanim Scepter first, or you know, whatever choices you sort of have to think about, similar to what I'm talking about right now with this, with those replays. So in this game, we have decent damage in Chronosphere. So we have a decent damage, basically. This is the point I'm trying to make. Since we have a decent damage from Viper, Lina, high damage output heroes, also Engine Apparition with ultimate does a lot of damage. All I have to do is survive for my team, because there is nobody else that's melee and going in from my team. AA sits behind to get Ice Blast off, Pudge sits behind to get a hook, Lina obviously sits behind to get, this guy's Viper, the range hero, not really as farmed in this game. So only I will be in front. I'm going BKB because I need to be able to survive for my team and also get a Chronosphere off. If I don't get a if I just don't have a BKB, I'll just get silenced by Skyrim Mage, Rotovators, and I'll instantly die to a support. This guy also has a silence on Dead Prophet. Windrunner also really farm, can kill me, most likely one shackle if I don't have a BKB, or one shackle and another stun, a follow-up. Duza is really farm, so I can't really compete with her in farm. Obviously, she had a lot better game than me. You know, 3 kills, 0 that's 1 assist, and 100 like 77 less hits 70 minutes in. So that's a lot. You know, 1, 2, 3 score. Game's not going that great. So by getting a BKB, it's a lot better. Let's just skip ahead to when I get a BKB. Let's see what's happening. I just get a BKB right now. I'm pretty sure I'm able to gain an advantage over my opponents because of this early BKB. Since we have an early timing, right? Earlier timing than usual. Since I didn't go for any farming items, I have a BKB earlier, so the Chronosphere is guaranteed to go off. Let's jump ahead a bit until it happens. Yeah, sort of right here. We just got a kill. I got a 2-man Chronosphere. Lina, yeah, went in Chronosphere. That was another kill if Lina didn't fuck up. So it's all because of the BKB, because I'm allowed to be in front of my team. If I wasn't really in front of my team, this would have never happened, right? Because of the initiator in my team. This is not a really good, another big part of when to buy a BKB first, or when to just go defensive instead of a greedy build, a farming oriented build. If you're either the initiator in your team, so you need to survive while initiating, or if you just wanna survive and you're not the main damage dealer in your team. And in this game, I'm sort of not. I Chronosphere and then my team is press spell there and they do the damage. This is another important part, right? Afterwards, you still wanna get something for damage, which is exactly what I do here. I get the MKB because they have a Windrunner core. Duza might be going for a Butterfly. Yeah, it's going for Butterfly, so I need some damage because else I'll just fall off. Obviously, I don't have as much farm as I would have normally like to have, but this is sort of the requirement for this game. As you can see, they're pushing in the tier 3. Tower's almost dead, because they have a pretty good pushing strat with Exorcism from Dead Prophet. Also, Medusa is pretty good at hitting high ground, especially with Aegis. So if I were to go for a farming build, let's say Mesco Maelstrom, Maelstrom BKB, this game would have most likely be over, since I wouldn't have had the opportunity to fight. I would just get picked off most likely. So this is the antithesis of the first game. The first game I had to go Battlefield, I had to go for a greedy build even though we're getting owned. And in this game, even though it's not going great, I have to go for a defensive build, super defensive build, BKB like first major item, which is exactly what I did.